This way TweetLater can get into our Twitter account and help us out. And here we want to auto welcome. And let me see, public tweet or private direct message. Let's do the private direct message. Send this message. Again, we've got 120 characters max. And like it says here, best practice. The message should not be about you. It should be about your follower and your future interaction with your follower. And a little bit of an explanation here. Some pointers on what to and what not to send. As you can see, just something brief. Thanks for the follow. Tell me about yourself. Are you a gardener? Nothing in there has anything to do with me. Now then, chances are pretty good whenever they respond, and they will, more times than not, they will respond. They will tell you a little bit about themselves, just the ego part of human nature, I guess, and they will also answer, are you a gardener? Well, no, I don't want to get my hands dirty, or yes, I like to garden using this method or that method. And that's your opening. That's your opportunity to then converse back with them. Yeah, that's the ticket. And then, believe it or not, you're going to have a dialogue beginning in no time, and that's whenever you can nonchalantly mention your blog or your web address. Now, you slap that right in their face right here in the beginning, then right off the bat, they've got on the defensive. Again, I don't want to get too much into it, as I've already done time and time again in this video series. This is a social network. Treat it as such, and you'll be handsomely rewarded. Okay, enough said about that. I know I keep saying that, don't I? And again, you can always come back here and change this later on. If you want to do some testing, which I suggest you constantly do, then maybe on some of your other Twitter accounts, if you decide to go that route, use different welcoming lines. And if you get a better response on others, then use it on the rest of them. Again, just one idea. Auto follow, yeah, let's go and check that. Manually vet new followers, nah, we'll just leave that alone. Auto unfollow, again, these are all personal preferences. Check them if you wish. I'm going to tick the auto unfollow, and that's mainly because from a marketing standpoint, the more people that we follow, ideally, the more people will in turn follow us. And remember that cap of 2,000 followers that we are allotted before we can no longer follow anybody else, until the number of followers following us, follow along here, exceeds the number 2,000. Well, you may find a time whenever you want to weed out, if you'll pardon the gardening pun there, some of the people that you are following, because they are not following you. Because if they're not following you, then they're not seeing your tweets. And if they're not seeing your tweets, then any marketing ploys that you use, or typical just run-of-the-day type conversations, they are not seeing. So why are you following them, from a marketing standpoint? Now, you may find some that in your particular niche that are very informative, and it doesn't matter if they're following you or not, you still want to keep them on so you can read their tweets. Then in that case, you might want to consider not ticking this box. Again, just consider all the options there. And the welcome digest tweet, I opt not to, but you can if you wish. And likewise here, no thank you. Click on save, and believe it or not, we are done with that one. Twitter account has been saved, but I think that's going to do it for us for right now. And that's just one of the many facets of TweetLater that will help automate the process of you getting additional followers. Now, that pretty much takes care of the automation part as far as TweetLater is concerned for now. Now what we have to do is we have to alert TweetLater when we have somebody follow us. And we do that by going to our Gmail account and creating a filter. And we will go ahead and do that now by opening up another tab and heading over to our Gmail account. Now we've logged into our Gmail account for this particular account anyway, and that is Hot Pepper Picker. And as you can see, we've got quite a few emails in here, and of course this is just solely dedicated to our Twitter account. As you can see here, all of these are from Twitter. Now what we're going to do here, the gist behind this, is we are going to forward these to our TweetLater account, so our TweetLater account knows that, hey, we've got somebody that is now following us. Send them the auto follow. And we do this by creating a filter. Go on up here to create filter right here. And now in the from box, just click on that and type in twitter.com. And in the subject box, you can leave the rest of the stuff alone here, but in the subject box, we want to put in here is now following you on Twitter. And this is basically the subject that is provided on these other ones here. And then what we want to do, click on the next step, and we want to skip the inbox, go ahead and mark it as read, but we do want to forward this is the key item here, to Twitter follow at tweetlater.com. And it's important that the spelling is correct, that way it's going to go to the right place and not the wrong place. And of course you can delete it if you want, but I don't want to worry about that right now. This is how you want to have it set up for this filter to work. Also apply filter to the other 42 conversations below that have not been followed yet. So, and that's cool because that way you're covering everybody. We're not leaving anybody out. And then at this point we want to create the filter. Your filter has been created. The following filters are applied to all incoming mail. And that, folks, is that. And that's going to automate the heck out of our following procedures, and again increase our marketing power immensely. Just wanted to add a little bit of an update to the TweetLater video here. That is that whenever I went back to TweetLater and I clicked on this link here that we had gone to set up our automation as far as the following our followers, whenever you click on this now, this red text pops up. And this was just within hours of me recording the last video here. So the latter part of that video where it describes setting up the filter on your Gmail account, you don't have to do that anymore. Actually, they suggest or ask kindly to remove that rule that does the forwarding from your email system. They have some kind of an additional gizmo thingy worked out with Twitter to where they no longer require that. It's better integrated, I guess, is what they might say. Anyway, so I figured rather than just deleting that filtering process from the video series, I would leave it in there just in case you wanted to know at some point or another how to add a filter to your Gmail account. Well, now you know. It just that you don't want to do it with the TweetLater. So what I now want to do is I want to go back to our Gmail account and show you how to remove the filter. So now, not only do you know how to create a filter, you're about to learn how to delete a filter. It's really quite simple, actually. Click on Create a Filter, and that will bring up the filters right here, Show Current Filters. And you see over here where it says Edit and Delete? Guess what, folks? You guessed it. Click on Delete. There you have it. The following filters are applied to all incoming mail. There are none, so we're good to go. And that is it. And that's going to bring us to the end of this video on TweetLater. I just wanted to toss in this added little notice here because there's a lot of folks out there that may not know this just yet. So I figured now you are in the know. Have a great day.